So he's put on 2 kg since surgery. He's bigger. Hey boy, that's great. Good boy. So Bruno chewed his drain out because his collar came off of the kennel, and we got the drain taken out, and they've now given him some more antibiotics and another packet of 25. Another $100 for that. So we're up to $1,100 so far for that cancer, but you know what? Every cent's worth it because he's a happier, much happier dog now. Well, I've got to try to get him in the truck, which is not so easy, the size. Good boy, stay here. Bruno loves being in the truck with the window open, looking out the window at what's going on. I put a big cushion in the back there for him to keep him comfortable. That's his antibiotics, another box of those. You're a good boy, Bruno, eh? You happy boy, aren't you, eh? You happy boy, eh? There's your good boy. Good dog. Yeah, a good boy. Well, back home here after a couple of epic days away in Wellington, and came home and been a bit of a, I won't say a storm, but a lot of wind, and had blown the plastic windows out of the glass house down there and gone right through. So clearly I've got to put some wood framing on that. Didn't get away with that. But the good news is that the bloody rats are non-existent compared to what they used to be. None of the traps have gone off, none of the traps inside. The poison baits haven't been touched, and I reckon we're finally onto it. In here, not a hole in sight, all the plants looking bloody good. No scratchings, no rat poo. So the prolific poisoning, trapping, just ongoing work, clearing the place has made it so that the bastards are finally relatively under control, but it's going to be ongoing. And the good news is that my ex-landlord Murray, he's going to take all these trees out because they're not doing anything. These apples are falling on the ground. It belongs to him. That I've got one row of trees down here and a few down the front, but that's all his trees back up there. So that's the food source that's bringing the rats back in all the time. Now, this sort of thing you find lying around everywhere in the bloody orchard, birds. And then if you look out there in those rows, if you dig up, you'll find apple buried under the ground where the rats have put their feed down there. So that's good news as well. So we're getting on top of the bastards, finally. Was going to come around today and work, but he had a lot of office work to do, ordering windows and stuff, so we're still at that stage over here. Inside the glass house is bloody good. We've got plenty of tucker. Pasted like a wee shadow since we're back here. Good boy, eh? Stand by me all the time. I've got the dogs all out except B. He's in the dog box right now. So yeah, pretty cool to be home. So what else we're going to do is we'll get a digger in here, and we're going to smash all of those trees right through there. Smash all of them out. That's going to give me a view of the mountains, Mount Arthur, Mount Campbell, and more importantly, let the sun come in here, and also it's going to stop all those rats from having a place to live next to the house. So I'm kind of looking forward to that happening. I've got to organise a digger. I was going to hire one. There's so much digger work to do here. I've been for a long time thinking about buying a little one and just doing it myself, but everyone says, nah, just get a professional one. It's fucking expensive. It's a lot of money, eh? So all the stuff here that Michaela and I cut down during lockdown, that's a rat home there. So we're going to take all that and we're going to smash it right out to the front paddock here, where the sheep are. I wouldn't go near that bloody wire, Pace. Don't touch it. That was good. He was looking at there. Yeah. Wouldn't go near that, you get a shock off that. Firewood Matt come over and we increased the size of the fence a bit. I added a bit more to it. Give him a bit more tea. And I got a wee shelter on there. He's a new dog, eh? He's a brand new dog. Look at him walking around. He's got a bit of a funny looking setup here. He's got this sort of big long scar. Sometimes you go into a shop and you feel like that they don't want to sell you anything, that they don't want to be there. And if it was my shop and I owned it, I'd give my staff a kick up the arse the way that I was today. We need to buy a laptop. I said I want to buy the Nitro 7 because the one I've got's got a broken screen. I broke it when I was up north and it's getting past its use by date. And this guy's, oh yeah. And I said, well, what about this one here? He goes, oh, that's just on the shelf. I said, well, how long's it been on the shelf for? Because, you know, the battery's already had a bit of life. You don't want to buy it new. Calm down, Poe. Poe. Calm down. She's getting back into shape now. You can tell why she's play fighting a bit harder. Calm down. Yeah, I said, you know, if it's 4 or 5 months old, then it's not a bloody new laptop, is it? I'm not going to pay a new price for it because the big thing is the batteries in them. So, oh, yeah, I'll have a look. And he said, I don't really know. I said, well, you're fucking useless, aren't you? You're working in a shop and you're selling something, you can't tell me how bloody old it is. And then he got pissed off at me because I said that to him. He said, well, you know, we did blah, 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 made up a whole of excuses. And I said, no excuses. You're here to serve the public, mate. Coming here to buy something that's worth $3 grand. They're an expensive bloody laptop. And I'm just going to walk out of here now and buy it somewhere else, you know. That's no good, is it? You know, you're here to add value to the customer and I'm getting no value from you, mate. And he's like taking it all personal as if I'm saying something wrong. You know, it's just like, You would never find that in Germany. I find that in New Zealand we could go a long way with our customer service. It's the same when you ring up bloody like telephone, like you get on the phone, you ring up to talk about your internet. You get put on hold, you know, like my internet provider, and they fuck around and fuck around. Eventually I dropped them. It was Orcon. I said, no, I can't be fucked with this. I'm done with you guys. See ya. And they still kept on billing me for stuff when I wasn't even getting it. So I got this new outfit called, is it Land Speed, or they're bloody good. It's wireless. So I've got them now. They're expensive. They're $139 a month, but you basically have no wires. It's wireless and it's really good. It gives you plenty of speed. It's 4G. What are they called? Land. Oh, I forget. They're a rural one for us rural people. So yeah, bloody good. I'm really stoked to have that. Stay. There you go. You're not sure, are you? Don't blame you either. The pack, the wolf pack. Good dog. Arp's arrived.
Morning.
Morning, bro.
So today we're going to work on this wall. And this wall's interesting because we're not going to rip all the cladding off this wall.
Oh, really?
No, because otherwise we're going to have to rip the cladding off the whole house.
Yeah,
right.
right.
We're not doing that, you know.
Yeah.
So this wall's generally reasonably sound. They've put another window in at a different time. There was some rot in the studs and they've chewed it out with a chainsaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
well, doesn't matter, they got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a little small stud beside it to help support it. We're going to put a full one in. What I've done is I've stripped out all the old bits of timber that they had everywhere around here.
Right.
I've located where the bottom plate is meeting onto the bearer.
Oh, yep.
Bearer block, so I've screwed that down with my beloved bugle batten screws.
Yep.
Done the same thing in the corner.
Okay.
This stud into the corner. And then I know the roof's all done. I'm going to put some screws through to the rafter, but the rafter's connected on the outside and it's connected up the top. I'm going to put a plate across there.
Right.
Well.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to wrap it. Going to wrap it on the old timber, staple it there. Now the purpose of the wrap is obviously to stop the moisture from coming in. My new timber will go inside this wrap.
Oh, okay.
And then my insulation will go inside that wrap
Gotcha.
as well. So it still effectively keeps the moisture outside, keeps it inside. If we're going to demolish every wall, we've got to look at the budget, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in
sure.
this case, it's like, okay, the wall's pretty sound. We're going to replace the window.
Yeah.
So this one, we leave the cladding there, and the cladding does look all right. It's been replaced before.
Yeah, that's been replaced.
That's treated pine.
Bit
So
of daylight through there.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. We won't see that. That'll have paper between us and
Yep.
the inside. So.
Sure.
So that's the angle of approach on that. So I'm always drilling a pilot hole for those bugle batten screws,
Oh, yeah.
because otherwise they can split the timber. Because
Right.
there's no way for them to get the sawdust or the swarf out of the hole when you screw it in. So with timber like Rimu, it's just going to split. Get away with it with pine, but not with Rimu. There's a nail in there.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yep, just found the nail. That's nice to know. There's somewhere else. People, again, so this wall's not actually a load-bearing wall,
Right.
but it still suffers wind loads.
Yeah, right.
So to keep the window connected to the wall and the wall connected in the hole
Yeah.
with strong winds, we still need to screw the bottom down, connect the top all up. We still need to do that.
And winds do a lot of damage, eh? Like the winds blew the frames, I blew the glasses out of the frames of my glass house while I was away in Wellington.
Yeah.
So they took all the plastic ones out.
Yeah, well, I lived in Cairns, so I've seen winds peel a roof off.
Yeah.
Peel all the purlins off.
Really?
Just double nailed in.
Really?
I was across the road from me and it just rolled off.
Wow.
Flew into the
Wow.
park down the road, and after that I thought, oh, I'm just always going to screw my purlins down with bugle batten screws.
Yeah, yeah.
Galvanised staples. They don't rust. perfect world, I'd be happy if I could push this down here.
Yeah, right, so any moisture runs off?
Or just, yeah, it'll be on the outside of the paper, but it'll stop coming to the bottom plate.
I thought I'd film Arb's smoko. If you guys ever see smoko as our term for what?
Morning tea.
Morning tea.
Pretty much any break ultimately. Do it for lunch as well, if you want to. Smoko for me is a flask of hot tea made by my lady. A little bit of honey in it. Some local full cream milk bought from a machine directly from the farm.
Nice.
Oakland's milk. And sandwiches, fruit, bit of yogurt, some apple crumble, stuff like that. We sit down and we talk about life.
Yeah, well, let's talk about life. I was thinking about it, you know, our generation, and it's all you guys out there that are in your 50s, or I suppose, yeah, 50s, from 50 to 60. We actually grew up with hard fathers. Our generation, a lot of us grew up with dads that were pretty hard on us, and
it was the norm, wasn't it?
It was the norm. A lot of them either had come back from the war, and or their grandfathers
probably
had.
Their grandfathers, yeah. They grew up second hand, didn't they? With that?
Yeah, so they grew up with hard fathers.
Yeah, my father had a very hard father. He tried his best not to replicate.
Yep.
He was more experienced by the time he had me. I was the fourth kid.
Right.
You know, my oldest sister, she had a harder life than I did.
Mm.
Had a lot of rules to obey,
yeah,
a lot of behaviour to adhere to.
Yeah.
And by the time I came along, they were so experienced, it was just like, doesn't come back in a police car, it's fine.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You know, he comes back at 6 o'clock to have dinner, great. No trouble, no noise, they cry, leave it alone, you know.
So, well, your dad and your mum done a great job of raising you because you're a good bastard and you've done really well, but it's not the case for every person that you meet that's in our generation. A lot of guys didn't do well under that sort of regime, and the new generation is almost, the pendulum swung the other way. They've got really soft parents that almost let them get away with too much, and it's like,
it's difficult, because they're trying not to cramp their style, aren't they?
Yeah, the pendulum swung the other way.
Yeah. I think everyone grows up normal, so if Dad comes home on Friday, beats Mum up, and then falls into a drunken slumber on the couch, wakes up and demands his dinner, that's normality for you, you know. And so you can be lucky if your normal is a little bit closer to the average norm of society, where that sort of domestic violence and alcoholism and stuff doesn't really happen, you know. And that probably hasn't changed percentage-wise when you look at it now. I think that's probably still the same. There's certain people that are always, that's their drug, that's their addiction, that's their problem, you know. So that probably hasn't happened, but I think a lot of people would say work ethic's changed nowadays, you know, that we had a much stronger work ethic. My father had 3 jobs, Mum stayed at home, and then she did piecework because she was a seamstress, so she would be sewing up articles. She would drive away, get them at one stage, sew them up to the next stage, take them back, swap them with the people in the thing. That's how she made her money while she was at home with the kids. Yeah. You know, so went back to work straight after when I went to primary school, straight back into work, you know. Yeah.
Your home was a good home. I used to go around and have lunch with Arb, and his mother used to make her own pate. She did a lot of things herself. They had their own huge vegetable garden. I can still remember.
It was a third of the section.
A third of the section was growing veggies, and you grew up well, bro.
Yeah, good food, and I mean, you can't blame, like, it's good for your health. We basically had organic food. We lived in market gardens down the road in Marshlands. Bring that stuff up from them. Sure, it was probably sprayed, but still grew outside. You know, and it was seeded. And
we used to surf as kids. We used to go surfing. Well, Arb, actually, he got me into it. He was designing his own surfboards at school, and I used to joke to him at school. And I used to say to him, you know, you're going to end up in an office job, man. You're so he's really clever at school. He's top of the class in maths, really good at everything actually, and English as well. You were good at both, eh? And I said, you know, you're such a clever bastard, and I'm such a dumb bastard. You're going to end up being in an office, I guarantee it, and I'm going to end up like working outdoors. Well, I don't know, but I reckon he spent his entire life trying to prove me wrong, because he's done the exact opposite.
But you paid the $10.
Oh, I know, it went a $10 bet. I lost the bet, and was it Sweden? I went up to you and said, there's the $10.
No, you came back from up here, back to Christchurch.
Yeah.
Opened the door and you handed me $10. I hear you're a carpenter.
I lost the bet, yeah, I bet him, I forgot that. I put a wager on, didn't I? Yeah. So, and I'm really pleased he chose that, because, you've had a great life working outdoors.
A mix of hand and brain, you know. That's what I like about it.
So about a year and a half ago, it must be, or even over that now, Arb had a new valve put in your heart?
New aortic valve and a bypass.
And a bypass. And I also had an operation just not long after that time. We both had major sort of operations. You know, and 50s, being a man in your 50s is a bloody dangerous age to get through. A lot of men die in their 50s. Both of my uncles died in their 50s. One died when he was 50, and the other one died at 59. And one was a heart attack, one was cancer, and we're still here. But we've been talking about future-proofing Arb's
working life
and income, working life and income, so he can carry on going. And this is where we've been talking about creating a YouTube channel for him, which I'm really keen to help Arb get going. I think he's going to be quite interesting and quite useful to a lot of young people, particularly that don't. These skills get lost otherwise, you know.
I'm prepared to give away all the trade secrets.
Oh, yeah? Do you reckon you'd enjoy doing it, Arb?
When I've had people who I've been training, I've done contract work in Perth to go into Brunei. I'd have a team, mixed sex team, high production pressure to make, basically, they were sculptures made out of plastic for the Sultan of Brunei. It was very interesting work. And I enjoyed, especially when I realised I didn't actually need to produce on the tools myself, but operate as basically a team leader, as they call it back then.
Yeah, right.
And I enjoyed, it was quite rewarding actually to guide the job, to get people to work together as a team, to tell them all the information they needed to know to do a good job.
Yeah, right.
Some little snippets of information can change what can potentially be a mess up to a good job, you know, and or make it easier for the person so that it's enjoyable for them to do it, because they go, oh, it's actually not that hard. You just use a little compass off the weatherboards and a square across, you're drawing the lines together, you cut it with a saw and it fits perfectly. Well, if they don't know that, they just go, oh, how do I do that?
Yeah, right.
How am I going to make that accurate? That's just going to be impossible. And some people make them sweat. And they're going, oh shit, I don't want to mess it up, don't want to waste the timber. And a lot of guys aren't clear communicators, and you need to be a clear communicator. And if you know a way, I've worked with plenty of guys, I've said, oh, I'd do it this way, and they go, I'd do it that way. And I go, oh, I like that better. I'll take that on board. So there's that to it as well, you know, the more you work in different countries, I've seen different ways of doing things, and it's the whole thing is, I love it.
Oh, so you love it. That's what I want to know. Would you enjoy that? So yeah. Yeah,
took a while to get there, didn't
it? But it's a good reason to do something if you love. In fact, it's the only reason if you love it, really. I mean, the other things come. And I always say that being successful is doing what you love every day. The money will follow, everything else will follow. But if you love what you do, then you are successful if you're doing it every day. You know? Yeah,
I feel like that now.
Me too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good. I'm well set up. I'm efficient. It's fun. I've been doing it for my whole life. It's just the right colour.
Yeah.
Vehicle's red.
Yeah. Bloody good. Thanks for sharing. Oh, looking forward to seeing the next step. I'll let you have your rest of your smoke.
Managed to get the paper underneath, tucked outside the bottom plate.
Nice.
Used one of my little stainless steel corner brackets to push it down.
Great.
So yeah, now I'll put the timber back, strengthen it up a bit so we can take the wall linings, full stud beside this one, screwed through to it to make that one strong, part stud under there to support that, and then that's that point. Will you put that window in tomorrow, Arbs? I think so. Yep, I think we'll cut this one out. Tomorrow looks like a good day, so then we can peel back and then I'll cut this out. I'll have to wrap the opening and try and, I can't make the opening continuous with the wrapping, so I'm going to try the best I can. This is the juggle that you do when you're renovating, and you decide, you know, you have to make a call whether you want to strip all the cladding off a house. It's expensive. Yeah. It's very expensive. All of a sudden you spend $40,000 on cladding, so there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. This is what the job entails, this is what we're going to do. So we'll wrap the opening and we'll wrap it around the outside of the weatherboards. Right, okay. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a facing around the window, so we'll actually wrap the opening to the outside. Right. And then we'll foam it like we usually do to weatherproof the whole bit around the window the same way. There'll be a head flashing I'm going to have to cut in underneath first. Yep. And there'll be a sill flashing here too, so the water that leaks through goes out.
Bloody good.
So yeah, that'll be pretty much almost a day's job tomorrow.
This window's fully glazed. It makes it a heavy window to handle, doesn't it?
It's a bit heavier, yep.
Yep. I can give you a hand with that.
Yep. It's double glazed, which is what we want.
What would the weight in that be, Arbs?
Probably 60 kilos, I guess.
Yeah, easy, eh?
Yeah. Take 30 each.
Oh, easy, 60, yeah, easy, and some.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of weight in that.
That's alright, we'll set it up so we only lift it in once. Now I'm cutting the jack studs for underneath the window. Unfortunately there's no gel stud, just jack stud. So a short stud, it doesn't go the whole way to the top plate. These are going beside the other ones because they've got a little bit stuck on the top because they were about 30 mils too short. So we just put a complete continuous one through there. You can already feel how solid the wall is just with the full studs beside the opening. When you make a mark, you always put a tail on it. That's the waste side, that's where the saw goes. The saw blade will cut here. So that means I want this to be exactly that length.
Right, good tip.
Half the pencil marks left on.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. That makes good sense, and that way everything's true.
Yeah, well, the saw kerf's about 3 mils wide, so if you cut the wrong side of the line, so it's just as a habit, you always just go, that's the waste.
Yeah.
That's the waste side of what I want, and then you cut the right place.
Good tip, Ab. Good dog, Bruno. There's your good boy. Size of your paws, eh? Huge. Jeez, Bruno. Massive. Bruno's increased his body weight by 3 kg since we cut the cancer out. It's actually getting better, fitter, running better, happier. Still snoring like an old man, aren't you, boy? Doing really well. It's been great to see. I was so apprehensive about this operation, but it's actually the best thing I could have ever done. The old boy's really enjoying it, aren't you, mate? These paws, would you? Size them of a bear. You're a big polar bear. Yes, you are. Good dog, Bruno. Good boy. They asked about cutting this out too. It actually has become cancerous. It started off as a scar, but we're going to leave it for now. And we'll visit that later if it gets any bigger. Good dog. That's where they shaved him for the GA. Good boy. Good boy.
Hey, so I've prepped this wall up now for the line. I've put the paper on it, the building paper on it. I've put it on first before I put any extra timber in. Managed to fit it down outside the bottom plate so any moisture that comes through can run outside the building. Then I've put complete timber studs beside the ones that were a bit damaged by rot and the part ones that were there, and new dwangs in it, and framed it up. It's been all screwed down to the ground and screws up in the top and everything, so this is cool. It's ready to go. We're going to pop this window out tomorrow. There's a bit of poodle faking, as we call it, around there, trying to make the flashings for the pan and the head and everything fit, and then we'll pop the new window in, and that'll be that wall basically done. This area I couldn't get any insulation in that I was happy about, so I'm insulating it with foam, which is what we put around the windows. It's just gone into the cavity behind, and it's just doing exactly the same jobs that the bats would do.
Bruno. Hey boy. Hey boy. Where you going? Where you going? Jeez, dog. Got so much energy. Bruno! That's my pole shed from ITM just arriving. Too easy. Out a bit further if you can, but this way more. What's the maximum weight you can take with that thing?
Varies. I go about a ton out of 10 metres.
Oh yeah. This makes life too easy. Does that operate on a wireless Bluetooth or something, does it?
Yeah, it's a radio system, I suppose.
Be handy for a winch on a truck, same setup. I've got a wire that goes to the truck, you know, and it always gets in the bloody way. It'd be awesome to have that on the Land Cruiser for same setup. Too easy. Done. Calm down. Stay here, Bruno. Get him, Bruno.
He's a filthy man.
Get him, Bruno. Good boy. What are you playing with those guys?
Still we called all the man's best friend. Well, she's no pedigree. She likes to drink where people poo and wee. Still we called all the man's best friend. He dropped the turd on mother's roses, chewed father's garden hoses. Still we called all the man's best friend. She came from the poor side of
Bruno, get up.
He came from the bloody pound. From the bloody pound.
Your dogs. Your dogs. Tail's wagging. That's a good sign. You don't want to fight. Good dog.
Sheep shit. He likes the munch, then he'll spew it up and eat it for lunch. Still
Poe, get back in. Get in, Poe.
He'll lick his bum and clean himself, then come and kiss you on.
It's Pee and I'm at Awi's place. We're going to be doing some filming for her new channel. In the back is Nala. So what we're doing today, always Nala, she's stage fright. When she's hiding, she's like, there she goes. Malinois crossed with Sharpei. Well, actually, we don't know. We say Malinois because she looks like Malinois, but she could be just German Shepherd and Sharpei, couldn't she? It's hard to tell.
It's just a shepherd group, like.
Yeah. She does look like a Malinois. So anyway, Awi's got a YouTube channel she's just started probably 4 months ago, which is about her dog and the life of it. And today I'm helping her with some filming with about pig dogs mostly is the theme, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go over to my place and this is for her channel, not mine, but I'll show you a little bit what we're doing. Just basically introducing to her Japanese audience, because your channel is about 50-50, isn't it? Half Japanese, half sort of, and it's a cool channel, so check it out. I'll put the link below in the description box of her channel and give Awi's channel a bit of love, a few subscribers, because how many got so far? 50?
51.
Oh, wow. You got 50 like last week. It's just going so slow. You get a buzz when you get an extra subscriber?
Yeah, each one. It's really made me day.
Made your day, yeah. So give Awi's channel. She puts so much work into it, and because it's so hard these days with YouTube, that's why I'm helping a little bit. And this is out of Poe and Pace, and she's just so tiny, eh? She's really small. Anyway, we'll head on over to the farm and we'll film a bit of that. She's a lovely wee girl. She's pretty. Very, very clever. Very clever. I'd love to see her hunting, but she's a pet. I'm not allowed to hunt her, am I? Are we? No?
Don't want to hurt.
Don't want to hurt her. Yeah, she's so small anyway. Good boy, Bruno. No, he doesn't. He's very comfortable. That's this new bed I bought. This is my GoPro Max, which Awi's using for her channel right now for all of her filming, and it really is good. Good sound and good film. Actually better than the Hero 8. What you doing, eh? Come on, crazy little dog. Oh, look at the difference in size. Holy shit. It's Bigsy's sister. There's Mum. That's your mum up there. There's your daughter, mate. You can play with her for a wee while. That's Dad. Remember Dad? See? Calm down, B. Calm down. Good dogs. Calm down. Oh, Bigsy wants to play. Look, he wants to play with his sister, doesn't he? Yeah, it's the sister. He wants to play with her. Calm down. Very shortly, we're going to introduce Nala to Bruno. So on here, I've got some gear which I'm going to show on Awi's channel. It's the Alpha 100 we use for tracking our dogs when they're wearing either a TT15, it's a TT15 there, it's got the training pieces on it, contacts, or we also use a T5 by Garmin. So how it works is, it works off satellite and radio. You've got that there transmitting to the satellite, back up and down with its coordinates, and then from there, there's a radio signal goes to this unit with a map that tells us exactly where the dog is. I'm also going to talk about the knife we use for killing the pig and some of the protection gear we use on our dogs. So Nala doesn't know about electric fences, and she hasn't found it yet, and hopefully she doesn't. She's getting on pretty well with Bruno. That's what we want to see. Nose to back ends. Nose to nose can often be a fight. Nose to bum's good. She's not that interested in Bruno really. She's like doing her own thing, smelling all the smells of all the other dogs on the farm. I can hear Pippi crying in the kennel. So just for a bit of fun, we're going to put a bit of rip gear on Nala, and we're going to decorate it like a pig dog, just to see what it looks like on her, because she's never had it before. Maybe I can even sneak her away in the bush for a hunt. Don't think so. Velcro's on, they strap up, and collar goes on there. So, good bastard Justin sent me those from Australia. They've made in Australia, and they're quite good in the open stuff, but if you're in steep country, quite hard for dogs to climb, I've found on them. She's just got on for the first time. It needs a little bit of adjusting. She's not quite walking right. She seems like she wants to show it off to Bruno. She's like, look at my new clothes I've got on. Bruno's like, yeah, I'm just interested in your bum. I don't care about that. Joys of making a YouTube channel and all the work. Awi doesn't actually show herself on the channel. She only shows the dogs. Oh, that's nice with the head up there. I'll do a little whistle to get her ears pricked up. That didn't work. And Bruno's right in the camera again, as always.
So if you got puppy, how are you going to train for the pig dog?
The way to train a puppy is to let it get to its age of hunting ability. So for a big breed like this, you wouldn't run it till it's over a year old, because the joints need to develop properly, otherwise you have joint problems. For a smaller breed like the one that you've got, Pippi, or my dog Pace, it's a little terrier, you could hunt them as young as 6 months old, and you'd run them with an experienced dog. All dogs naturally want to hunt, and they will learn very quickly. But the thing is to train them to not hunt the species you don't want to catch, like goats and deer and sheep, in the case of dogs that are bred for hunting wild pig.
So pig dogs cannot kill any other than pig?
They're not supposed to kill anything else than pigs, but being dogs, just like wolves, sometimes they hit the wrong species, and that's where we use training collars to train them not to.
Is pig dogs need obedience training?
They do, but a lot of hunters miss this very important step out, and that's why they run into problems with other stock. Basic training is important for any dog, whether it's a pig dog or a pet. That way you've got your dog under control. Bruno, come. He's just knocked the camera out. Just got off the phone to one of my troll patrons. What's a troll patron? It's someone who joins the platform, watches for a whole month, then cancels their subscription at the end of the month, then joins up next month and does that. Basically, actually they're a thief. This one was actually a troll, but not a bad troll. That's where trolls go. Put the phone in the holder and tell you what went down. So I get a phone call because patrons have access to me. I'm very accessible. I'm not one of those guys that tries to hide from. You can get me anywhere. You can find me. claytallstories@gmail.com. And if you're a patron, of course, you can ring me. I'll straighten this up. I've actually got to get moving on driving, but this was a vegan, and I don't actually have any problems with vegans or vegetarians at all. Never have done, but a few of them do have problems with me. In fact, to be honest with you guys, I would sit at a table with a bunch of vegans and vegetarians before I would sit at the table with a meat eater that tells me off for bloody hunting. Because there's a lot of hypocritical people out there that eat meat, and on the other hand they say to me, you know, hunting with pig dogs is cruel or horrible, or you shouldn't hunt, and while they're busy sticking either hamburgers in their mouth or they're feeding their pets pet food like cut up horse or sheep or cattle. Anyway, we'll cut to the chase. What the phone call's about. He rang up and straight away on the phone I just got this feeling, this guy's it's a bit creepy feeling, you know. Hi Clay, this is Stephen. Stephen's not his real name. He didn't even, that's his fake name he used on the site. And I know it's not his real name because I asked him what his last name was, and he effed and butted around, and I could tell he was bullshitting on his first name. So it doesn't matter, mate, what's up? He said, you know, you don't have to eat meat. He spoke like that. You don't have to eat meat. Straight away the conversation started. And I said, mate, you're one of my patrons, right? Yes, that's right. I knew that because he had my phone number, so patrons can get my telephone number. I don't make it public, otherwise I just go crazy with phone calls all the time, but patrons do have. So anyway, he says, you don't have to eat meat. And I said, mate, it's a choice thing, you know, and I actually do have to eat meat. Without meat I don't function very well. I only have one meal a day and it hasn't got protein in it and I'm struggling. You don't have to eat one meal a day. And then I said, okay, stop there, pal. You don't know anything about the state of autophagy, you don't know anything about ketogenic diet, you don't know anything about my health, so shut up. I started to get a bit pissed off. This is going to shake around my hand. So we had a wee talk and it went on and on and on, and he was trying to get his point across, and at the end of the day we both agreed to disagree and said goodbye. But people like him that freeload, because that's what he is, because he's been on my Patreon now like for 3 times, and every time he's cancelled his subscription, is basically stealing. So the world is full of trolls, thieves and bottom feeders, and he came under all those categories. And mate, if you're watching this, nothing I wouldn't say to your face. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Right, I'm off to see a bloke that's having a few problems with his mind. So got the phone call, so we're going to see him and hopefully talk him into a better space. Today I'm spending the entire day with my daughter, and we are going to spoil her rotten, because you know what? Somebody forgot her 16th birthday.
Oops.
I'm a shit dad.
Oh, you're great.
She's been too nice. Well, because she doesn't live with me, and actually never has done, sometimes I forget things. And forgetting your 16th birthday, that deserves for me to make it up for you. Not a car, you're getting carried away.
So like a house.
Pushing it. I'm going to spoil her rotten. I might buy you a cup of tea now. I'm going to have breakfast. I have no idea how people make coffee. Can you make one of those hearts?
No, Dayla can. She can do like better stuff.
Can she? Yeah. Okay, that's wicked. Man. I'm having tea with cream. So we're in Nelson, and these are the new parking meters. You don't have tickets anymore, and look what's down here.
Money.
Someone's left their $2 in here. So we're going to use it to pay our parking meter, because we don't have $2 and I haven't got a pay wave, I've only got a normal card. So whoever this was, I'd like to say thank you for paying for our parking for the day. We're lucky. But you get a free hour anyway, so we'll hang on to this and come back to it later. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in town today. Go this way a little bit, just a fraction more. And now you're a princess. No, keep your head this way a bit. This way, here. There you go. Look straight ahead. You're now, no, you're, I'll tell you what, you stay here looking at me and I'll move so you're in the right place. No, keep your head straight ahead. Okay, got it. There you are, you're now a princess. Oh, now you're too low, there you go. Okay. So everything in here is really expensive, but it's really, really good. Good shot. Go look for a mountain bike. Yeah, there's all the bikes there. Hannah says she's missing Dayla right now,
Yeah.
and we're looking at mountain bikes. But you've got a mountain bike, eh?
I got a bike.
Yeah.
It works in the mountains.
I gave my last one away. I'm looking at this. This is a Trance Giant, but it's a large. Might look at the medium. It's everything carbon fibre, the wheels, or fibre composite at least. So this is the kitchen in Bridge Street, and guess what?
What?
They got great food. You can get everything in keto in here if you want. So these guys are up at the play because it's a really popular diet these days. A lot of people on it, and for health reasons. And here you can actually come and you can get it. This stuff is all keto. Wow. The food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Amen. Let food be thy medicine. So, you've got the egg and what's that?
Halloumi, cheese.
What's halloumi?
Cheese.
Okay. And I've got poached eggs with salmon. And this is actually the first time I've had toast in ages. It's keto toast.
Gluten-free.
That looks good, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's gluten-free
And keto.
strictly keto. But look what I've got. I've got some liquid gold. That's bone broth. Looks like I've got a bit of maybe some ginger in there, perhaps. I don't know. So the ginger with the bone broth and a little bit of parsley really works well. It's delicious and very healthy for you. Just tastes good too though. I'm going to start making this at home. The best way to make your bone broth is actually to bake your, say using oxtail, which is what I like to use because there's not a lot of fat in it. You can bake it in the oven first, real slow at a really low heat, not too hot, for say 2 hours, and then you boil it after you baked it and you keep everything together so none of the goodness gets lost, and then you end up with a really nice bone broth, all the juice of that. That was a very satisfying meal, although there could have been more salmon. Was yours enough? Did it fill you up?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I'm still hungry. I want to eat more.
I'd eat a whole block of halloumi though.
That's cheese, isn't it? Cooked cheese.
So good.
Anyway, we've just been into Noel Leeming trying to get a laptop, and I'm really struggling everywhere to find a bloody. I'm after the Nitro 7, the Acer, so I can do my work on it because the other one I stood on the screen and broke it. But because of COVID-19 and lockdown and all that, everybody's like behind with ordering stuff. And right now in New Zealand, it's one of the first times I found it really difficult just to buy stuff. Went into Torpedo after calling them. I left a message on the phone and no one answered my message, and I hate it when that happens. So you're trying to buy something and didn't get back to me. Went into the shop and they were really, really nice actually. They were really good service, but they couldn't get the bike I was after until a couple of weeks. So I rocked over here into this place, Evo, and I'm dealing with this rooster behind a bar here, Scott, and he's not really doing me a very sharp deal because he can't. Is that fair to say, Scott?
Yeah, she's pretty hard work, mate.
So we make him earn his wage, but he's giving me a great service all the same. So we are actually going to get our bike from here now. So it's getting exciting. We still haven't bought this young lady a present, but we have bought me a present. Well, not quite.
No, almost.
Almost. We've been over at Torpedo over there, but they didn't have the bike. I'm after this giant trance, and it's what's the really light stuff, not aluminium, it's carbon composite. Or carbon fibre composite, I don't know what they call it, carbon something. It's super light, super strong. So I'm actually getting it, I'm getting an Evo off Scott. So we've just been down the bank to get a new card because I left the wrong card at home because I'm stupid, and we're going to go and pick up soon my Giant, which is pretty exciting, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going to be entering a new phase of my life because all my mates do it except me, and the last mountain bike I gave away to a young fella, so I thought, well, share yourself a decent one. You know, there's an old saying, if you owe the bank $20,000, that's your problem. If you owe the bank $1 million, that's the bank's problem. Do you understand how that works?
Oh, no?
Well, it means that you've got all their money, and it's not your problem, it's their problem. I've been talking to Harry here, and I've been talking to his mum. That's Harry there. He's here as well, because his mum works at the bank, and I had to go and get another card. She's a lovely woman, your mum, but she said he doesn't make his bed. And his argument is this, tell us your argument.
If you make your bed, it holds in all the dust and dirt. You've got to let your bed air out, so you don't have to make it. That is my argument.
I got to give him 10 out of 10 for a great sort of logical thing. There probably is some logic somewhere in that, Harry, that does aerate.
100%.
When you take out the duvet, all the dust just goes out of your bed.
Yeah, but it still traps it in if you make your bed. Where is it going to go?
I think it's a really intelligent argument for being lazy. It's a really intelligent for being lazy. So anyway, his mum, I've told her that I'd come out and talk to him, And I've just said one thing he's got to do is make his bed. And I've given him that video to watch, Make Your Bed, by that famous bloke who I can't remember his name. But anyway, you can watch that video.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, okay. So, all you young people, make your bed. Right, let's get this bike sold. There's the card. Beautiful thing. Check it out. Shockies in the front, suspension in the back. Yeah, mate, it's the Bizzo. I've got my new bike. Thanks, Scott.
No worries.
I got it at a really good price. That is a good price, eh?
Bloody sharp, mate. And I'm not just saying that.
I made him really sharpen the pencil up. He tried to fit me in all these other things, but we ended up just like getting a really good helmet. Got a bell helmet and some good pedals. Hey, I'm going to come back and see you and let you know how it went.
Yeah, too easy, Clay.
Yeah, I appreciate you, your assistance and your service, and we'll see you soon.
Look, mate, you have a great day.
Sure. See ya.
Enjoy, team.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm going to get out the door. I've got to adjust that seat, it's too low. Good, lift the seat up. Like a pair of new shoes, eh, Hannah?
Yeah.
It's got no scratches on it, it's brand new, but it won't stay like that for long. Right, that's my little present for myself. We're going to get Hannah something. She's been a good girl, and she didn't get a birthday present from Dad, did she?
No, but now she is.
But this is her shop. So, this is also where your sister likes going. I don't know what it is about shoes that girls like. They all like shoes, don't they?
Hi.
It's like you're in the candy store.
Crocs are here. What Crocs have got?
You like these Crocs there? They're awesome colours, aren't they? They've been around for ages, eh? They're nothing new.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They are cool. How do you feel them?
Good.
They look pretty epic, eh?
They are so epic.
Yeah, Doc Martens, been around forever.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, hon.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, good father.
Oh my god. They are so cool.
You happy?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Late birthday present. Am I forgiven for forgetting your birthday now?
Yeah.
I feel better.
I haven't even gotten you anything for yours.
You don't have to sweet up. My needs are all met. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
She's gonna probably sleep with him on her bed tonight, I reckon. Hey? They're flexible. Yeah, they probably shouldn't kiss them sweet up, but
They're
they're.
brand new, it's
I know they're
fine.
brand new, but they're in a shop. You don't know. The COVID-19 on the outside of that. You don't know. Yeah,
It's
oops.
too late now.
Yeah, don't kiss your boots. Yeah, she loves them. So we just pulled out the side road before we got home. There is a rabbit on the side of the road, and I always pick up roadkill if I can, either to feed the dogs or this time of year to feed the hawks. Because the hawks are needing to keep their energy up, but it's bloody hard in the winter. The pickings are really slim. They don't have that many kills, so I'm going to pick this one up and throw it in the truck. And while I'm there, picking that up, you can entertain the folks with a song.
Okay.
Go.
Hi everyone, I'm not going to sing you a song because it's embarrassing. Yeah. Okay, this is just awkward now. Don't know what to say. Hi. It's really awkwardly silent. I don't like it. I don't like it. Is that my shoes? Aren't they nice? They're very nice shoes actually. We've got some little Miss Sunshine socks, along with some flares. I know, it's a look.
Did you give them a song?
Oh, we just had a chat. A really awkward chat.
Dinner tonight, do you want it?
No, thank you.
I'll put it up on the roof.
Mate. I worry about him sometimes.
Did you sing everybody a song while I was away?
Yep.
What song did you sing them?
Nothing.
Oh, I'll pause.
We had a conversation.
I'll pause it, rewind it, and see what you said.
Yeah.
He's looking better, isn't he?
You look so good.
Much better.
Oh, good, Bruno. You look so good.
Good boy. He's getting a bit of love from you.
Yeah. Oh, good boy. You're a puppy again.
Little Bigsy. Give these guys a bit of feed. Do you want to have the fun of opening them, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, pop one on the table. Bring the first one up.
Do you want me to put them all on table?
Oh yeah, whatever. Bigsy's in for the ride.
Somebody.
Yeah, there's a heap in there, eh? And bring them all up. Yep. Careful, heavy. Well, that one on the bottom here is got a work vice on it. It looks like that's what's going to be, which would be bloody awesome because I haven't got a vice. Oh, tear into it and open it up. You can go over there, hun. Open up the small packet first. You need a knife?
Nah.
Okay. Because if you do, you can use my boning knife.
I don't want to hurt whatever's in it.
Yeah. You don't cut what's in there. Nice. Hold that up. We can see. Ah, that looks cool. Pig hunting New Zealand slaying up. And thank you for supporting my hobby. Sol. Stay connected. There goes his Instagram, guys. Take a screenshot. There we go. Hold on. We'll get a focus. Get a screenshot on his Instagram. There we go. Now, Sol, I think, is only like 13. And he's got a shirt for us. Open it up, hun.
Cool as.
Yeah. Very entrepreneurial.
Oh, the back has a design as well.
Okay, cool logo. And that's cool. Do you want to put it on, Hannah?
Sure.
Okay.
Is this my look?
Well, it never goes with your look, but we'll see if it fits on you. Might go with your boots. Geez, it might even be your size, honey. That looks actually quite good. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's meant to be your size.
Might be a wee bit small for me. Turn around. That's cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
It's quite cute.
Yeah. Thanks, Sol. Bloody good, mate. That's awesome. Well done. And if you guys want to buy one, just go to his Instagram. You've seen it there. Take a screenshot from that and you'll be sweet as, bro.
Support a young businessman?
Yeah, support a young business. He's got his Insta there. You can talk to him and order it on that. Right, what else we got in the box, hun?
We're going to find that out. Which one should we go?
Well, I reckon open that one there. I think it's a vice. At least I hope it's a vice. Now, this had a letter on the side of it. This had a letter. And remember I was telling you? On this here?
Yeah, yeah.
What did I say about the letter that was on the side of that? You forgot, haven't you?
That was a good letter?
No, I said somebody stole it. Who was that?
Gayla.
No, darling. Bigsy ripped it off.
Oh! I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Did you hear me say it today?
No.
So I don't know who it's from now. I'm thinking it's from Blenheim, and I'm thinking it possibly is from Reese. If it is, mate, thanks. But we just lost the outside letter that you put with it. So it's from Reese, thanks a lot. But if it's from someone else, thank you too. But I don't know. If it is from you, please comment in the comment section below, just so I can thank you. Because I don't know who this name's been ripped off. Open up, honey. I'm thinking there's a vice in there. If it is from Reese, he's also sent me some other really good tools, which I'm using, which I'm loving, which are a really good product. And I'm hoping there's a vice in there because I don't have a vice. Honey, I'm going to give you a sharper knife here. Try this one here. You're struggling with that here. What are you doing down there, Bigsy? Righto, I've cranked it open for you. Let's crank it open and see if it is a... Oh, holy shit, it is. Look at that. It's a beauty. Oh, jeez, that's a ripper. Tear it out, hun. Oh, wow. That's a ripper. Want to tear that plastic off? That is a magic looking bloody... That's what I need. Yeah, that's a cracker. Well, I haven't got a workshop yet, but I will soon. This is something that I really, really do need for doing everything. Sharpening chainsaw, sharpening everything. That's a cracker, yeah. It's bloody good.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah. So look at this here, look.
Whoa.
Hi Clay, hope these are handy. Cheers. Matt, Hawke's Bay. Good on you, Matt. Matt from the Hawke's Bay, thank you very... Shit! That's really handy, man. Brilliant, mate. I don't know if you were reading my brain, Matt and Hawke's Bay, but you can probably see behind me here, I bought all this stuff to make a bit of a pole shed. Bit of concrete down. I haven't got the concrete yet, and I've got to get a digger in. but I've got some of the stuff. I haven't got the roofing yet, and of course I'm gonna need to have the nails for the roofing, so that has sorted that problem. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it so much. Awesome. It's funny how people just know what I need without, because I'd even mentioned that and just it's happened. Bizarre. Sorted. Gonna go and put that in the shed where it will sit until we get a proper garage to put it in. Oh wow, there's my old boy. Hey Chin Chin. Hello Chin Chin. Hey boy. Remember me, eh? Hey Chin Chin, he's looking good. G'day boy. Oh, I haven't seen you for a long time, mate. Wow, we used to have some fun, didn't we? G'day boy. Hey Chin Chin. G'day boy. There you go, eh?
He knows that you are.
Yeah, he can smell all the other dogs and me too. Good boy Chin Chin, hey? Good boy. He probably thinks, oh, I hope he's not taking me home.
He's probably thinking.
He's a good dog.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
Yeah, he's getting more and more lame.
Is he?
Yeah, he sleeps, as you see, on a bigger mattress now.
I see he's got a lump on the side of his head here too.
He's had that there for a while. He's had that for a long time.
Ah, well, it won't kill him.
No, it's not.
Chin Chin, he's a good boy, eh?
The only problem with him, he still can go for a little walk. They just walk around here, around the school bit. He still has a keen sense of smell, and he still eats all his food. He's starting to sometimes have trouble with incontinence.
Oh, yep.
And he wakes us up, he barks and wakes us up at night when he needs to go outside. But sometimes it happens before
Can you leave?
Can
you leave a door open for him so he can get himself out, or not? No, it's too cold. Yeah. The floor is heated, isn't it? You can feel it. He has a great life living on a heated floor. Here's on Margaret's fridge, and it's a friend of theirs, and she's done a really good picture of Chum. It looks great.
It's with some pastels.
Pastels, okay. That's cool, isn't it, mate? You're not Chun, are you? Well, I can't believe that Chun's still alive. He's about 18 now, it works out at. 17 or 18. And the funny thing is that they're just telling us that someone, that's Pace making noise back there. No, Pace! You won't listen to me. They were telling me inside that there was some people doing some work down here at the school, I think on a sewerage or something, they said, and one of the young guys working there recognised Chun from the channel, hey?
Yeah.
And from watching him in a hunt. And they said to these guys, is that Chun? They went, yeah, how do you know? And they said, oh, we watch Clay Tall Stories. I thought it was quite funny. And I need to put my seatbelt on. Richmond Town. We're getting our Turkish here. We're in Richmond. It's a falafel kebab, beef, and I've got salad, chicken salad with a yogurt and garlic sauce. It's really nice. Second meal today. Don't normally have 2 meals one day, but we're going all out, eh, honey? So we're going to scoff this and then we're going to head on home. Right, take it back home. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. Good luck with doing stuff with your own kids, make it happen. And if you're a bad dad like me and you forget your daughter's birthday, make sure you make it up to her. Show us your boots one more time, honey. Yes, very cool. She's stoked. Anyway, see you later.
You can't be good.
Oh yeah, be good. Yeah. I forgot the end, but be good. You can't be good then.
Be bloody careful.
Be bloody careful. See you later. Can't believe I forgot that. Great.